So we have learned about the steps in decision making, and one of the most important step is selecting a alternative. How do you select an alternative? First of all, identify or list what are the alternatives. Afterwards, evaluate it. So in this section, we will speak on about selecting of alternative for decision making. What are the factors which are involved in selecting the alternatives for decision making? That is, there are two factors. It can be qualitative factors as well as the qualitative factors, and two types of analysis which is used for selecting an alternative for decision making. That is a marginal analysis and cost effective analysis. And then we will see about on what factors does the manager make a decision, okay, from the alternatives. So we will see all this in this particular section, selective alternative for decision making. So we know that a decision making is a part of the organization process. Now, in case of decision making, one of the most important step is evaluation of alternatives. We have to first step identify what are the possible alternative choices and then evaluate it in order to make a final decision. So the point of ultimate decision making, considering the alternatives involved both the quantitative factors as well as the qualitative factors. So we know what we mean by quantitative and qualitative factors. Quantitative factors are those which can be measured or they can be stated numerically. Examples are like that of the number of units sold, cost, etc. So all those quantities which we are able to express it in mathematical or numerical terms, we can call it to be quantitative factors. And those intangible factors, that is the qualitative factors, they are the factors which cannot be measured numerically. For example, the quality of labor relations or how the manager and the subordinates are having a relation or their conflicts. The risk of technological change or the risk of say political change or the ecological factors. So all those are intangible factors. They cannot be expressed in numerical or mathematical terms. And also for a manager to identify this intangible factor is the most difficult part, because they are not so easy as that of the quantitative factor. So as a manager, first of all, identify both the quantitative and the qualitative factors. Afterwards, give importance to the qualitative factors as well along with the quantitative factor, then only profit can be achieved. So list out the qualitative factors and find out if there is a possibility to express this qualitative factor in relation to these quantitative factors, or you can state them in terms of priorities. Okay, so as much as possible try to evaluate the qualitative factors also, because both these factors are important to be considered for the achievement of objectives. Now we have seen about the evaluation of alternatives is important in decision making, and there are two factors, that is the quantitative and qualitative factors, and both have to be considered for achievement of objective. Now the two common techniques used for the evaluation of alternatives in decision making are marginal analysis and cost effective analysis. What we mean by marginal analysis? In simple words, it is the change in total because of one additional unit. So if we are having an additional unit, an increase in output, what will be the change in total? Or in detail, it is comparing the additional revenue and the additional cost arising from increasing output. So if we are planning to increase our output or increase our productivity, what will be the corresponding additional revenue which we get and the additional cost incurred? That analysis is a marginal analysis. For example, it can be understood that if you are producing say more, our output has increased. And if we compare the additional revenue on the additional cost, if our additional revenue is more than the additional cost, then we can say that we get better profit by producing more. Okay, but if we produce more and then we observe that our additional revenue is lesser than the additional cost incurred, then better profit can be obtained if we produce less. So that is the concept of marginal analysis. Now what example I have stated is about a quantitative factor. This analysis can be applied in qualitative factors also. I have given an example, the number of subordinates reporting to a manager. We know that if we are going to simply increase the number of subordinates under one particular manager, there may be some problems, that is he may lose the effectiveness of control, leaderships, etc. But if there is additional profit like that of better communication or better morale with additional cost savings, that is if the positive things are going to outweigh all the negative effects, then we can choose increase in number of subordinates reporting to a manager. So that is how you make a marginal analysis. First of all, take the output. Okay, if you see that if there is an increase in output, what will be the additional revenue and the additional cost, and then make a final decision. That is what you mean by a marginal analysis. Can be applied to quantitative and qualitative factors. Next one is the cost effective analysis. It involves the calculation of cost of benefits to the cost involved in a project. So simply we can say that it is a ratio of the cost of benefit to the cost which is incurred while doing a project. Okay, so cost effective analysis is more simpler to understand than the margin analysis. So whatever work we are doing, we have to take a ratio and see whether we are getting a profit in it. Okay, the benefit which we have got to the expenditure we have incurred while doing a project. So if that ratio is good, then we can say that we have succeeded. So this analysis is a direct ratio method. So these two type of analysis is used for evaluating the alternatives in case of decision making. So we know that we have got qualitative and quantitative factors while analyzing alternative, and we have seen two analysis by which we could select from alternative. Now how a manager can actually select from alternative? Okay, it can be by his experience, it can be by the experimentation done by him, or it can be done by research and analysis carried out by him. So these 3 points are from the side of manager, how he is going to select from the alternatives. So first case is regarding the experience. Obviously we know that an experienced manager will prove to be a good decision maker comparing to the inexperienced one. So if a manager has reached a top position, okay, we can assume that he may be in a position to take good decisions. So develops the ability of exercising good judgment. But the problem is simply by relying on the past, you cannot make a decision all the time. Some managers, they may be not willing to learn from the mistakes. So there may be failure to recognize the underlying reasons, and always it may not be applicable to newer problems. So one has to use the common sense, intellect along with the experience to make a better decision. So all the time the decisions may not be equal. Okay, so if you are taking a decision today, it may not be applicable tomorrow because your external environment may change. So as a manager, along with the experience, you have to analyze all the external factors and recognize the underlying reasons and then make a decision. Next way is the experimentation, that is try one alternative and see how it goes. It often used in scientific inquiry. Now this type of experimentation process is often used in scientific inquiry, though it can be applied to managerial methods also. Okay, so this method we know that we have to implement it and see. So obviously there may be expenditure involved. That is why it is written most expensive, includes substantial amount of money and manpower. We are actually going to experiment it and see what will happen, whether it proves to be successful. For example, if your company is planning to launch a new product, before launching it worldwide, you will release it in a particular area. Okay, so that is the experimentation you are going to carry out here. If you want to implement an entirely new method in your institution, first of all, you will see how it will work in a department before implementing it throughout the whole institution or a company. So that is what you mean by experimentation, but there are additional costs involved. Next one is a research and analysis method. We call this as a paper and pen method of selecting from alternatives. That is, we are going to involve a search for relationship among the crucial variable, constraints, premises, etc. So we are aware of what you mean by the premises. Premises are the assumptions about our external environment. Here we consider all about the external factors. What are the possible limiting factors? So by now you know what is a limiting factor and all those factors which is going to stand as hindrance. So what we do is that we take a pen and paper and we go on to analyze. We do a research work. We take all the factors, qualitative factors, quantitative factors, that is why it is written involves studying qualitative and quantitative factors, list out all these factors, study the relationship among them. Okay, so all these, since it is actually a research work, the cost is less when you are comparing it to the experimentation process, but it requires more time because we are doing the actual study. Major step is developing a model simulating the problem. So we can develop a model, say it can be in the form of a blueprint. That is, prior to the original program, we develop a blueprint, or it can be say a mathematical model or a software model which will go to provide a solution for our problem. So this is a research and analysis method. This is cheaper than the experimentation, but it requires more time and effort. So a manager has to be very much alert in doing the research and analysis. He cannot be lazy in doing the research and analysis. So as a manager, it is important to require both of the three aspects. He should be experienced, he should be capable of doing experimentation, he should be capable of doing the research and analysis so that he can choose from the alternatives and make a proper decision. So here pictorially it is represented selecting from alternatives. That is, as a manager, how to select from among the alternatives. So to make a decision, a manager could either rely on the past, that is the past experience of a manager, or he could rely on the experimentation process, that is implement and see what will happen if we choose a particular alternative, or by means of the pen and paper research and analysis method, he could choose among the alternatives. So he could choose any of these and finally make a choice. So this is what the selecting from alternatives mean to be. So it is a detailed process. So based upon these much factors, we could properly choose the alternatives out of the many and make a correct decision for achieving our objectives.